Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Gothic 2, Night of the Raven, XS Mess Edition. So we talked to Lobart here. He told us to go talk to his wife and see what kind of stuff she has to offer us, if you know what I mean.
Hey,
Hilda, hello.
I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think he stopped on his way to town.
Mm-hmm.
Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Alright, we're gonna go get a frying pan.
Can you give me something to eat?
You can come back for more tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
No problem, lady. 20 gold received. Nice. Okay, so here's a little thing. First, there's this book stand. Let's read, and I don't know if it'll give us any XP. Apparently, we can't read this. That's actually decor. So another thing we can do is, I think we can. Yeah, let's save this as a backup. I think we can just loot the clothes. Some cheese. There's some farmer's clothing. Alright, there we go. So we got the clothes. Let's talk to these farmers here. Farmer. Nobody to talk to? Vino.
How goes the work?
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm.
Oh boy.
King's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
Oh,
You didn't get that
yeah.
from me, understood?
Yep.
I'm headed for town.
And?
Is there anything interesting you can tell me about the city?
Nope. But Maleth goes to the city from time to time. Maybe he knows something. I mean, something that would interest you.
Is
Okay.
there any interesting news?
I could have sworn I saw an orc over there on the edge of the woods 2 days ago. Since then, I've kept at least one eye open at night.
Alright, so that's the hint that there's an orc there. Good. Alright, so. What else do we have here? Okay.
Hey, you, come here.
What is it?
We have a
I'm new
pirate.
to the city and really busy too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life.
I don't trust this guy.
Fool, I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Yeah, this is sketchy. Okay, so this is new. I definitely don't remember this guy here, and apparently he killed a few wolves, so that's great.
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts, and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city.
Okay.
Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct, and my client won't tolerate it.
Your client. Mm-hmm.
You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
Oh, man. Oh, and we lost all our other speech
About the city guards.
options with this guy.
Yes, got an idea.
Let you pass if you're wearing farmer's clothes. You could get into the city as a herb gatherer. What about bribery? What about bribery?
What about bribery?
Well, if that worked for me, I'd have tried it already.
You could get into the city as a herb gatherer.
What? Do I look like I'd be picking flowers in the woods?
No, you don't. I'll have to think about
I'll
it.
have to think about it first.
All right, but hurry up about it. I've got no time to lose.
Okay, let's load game and okay, well, our backup is the last one. Alright, so talking to Vino did nothing. So let's go talk to this old pirate and see what other speech options he's got. Oh, there's the wolves attacking him. Maybe we can get him in time now.
Well done.
Yeah, we got one.
Nothing to be had there.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay, so you don't look like someone that's got gold.
You don't look like someone who has gold.
well, I certainly don't
Oh.
move in the same circles as a gentleman like you. But you won't refuse my small
I
contribution
got an email.
to your surely considerable fortune, will you? Well, what do you say? Can I count on you?
You have a fortune? What?
Are you hiding from someone?
Of course not. What nonsense. I just enjoy standing among the trees so the wind won't blow right into my face.
Okay.
What about you now? Do you want the job?
He's being very evasive.
Cut the crap. Tell me what you want.
You see, that's exactly what I mean. Nobody gets anywhere with you just by using pretty words. I knew it. I'm dealing with a tough businessman here.
Oh my.
You're a businessman and certainly interested in a small addition to your purse, aren't you?
I've got to be going.
So you won't help me. I remember that, pal. We'll meet again.
Hey.
Wait, no.
One more thing.
Listen, kid. I've got important things to do right now. We'll talk again later, got it?
Okay, no. Hold on. Dude, what the heck? Okay, let's not take the clothes and go talk to him. I wonder if we'll still, what options we'll get then. And then also let's see if we can get those two wolves before he gets them. Okay, let's see. Okay, we got none of the wolves. Fine.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
Alright, so let's do all the text. And why not?
Why not?
you'll have to forgive it.
Yeah.
Now, you'll help me find.
Yeah, so about that.
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea.
I got a few ideas. So without the clothes, I don't get
Get
that.
into the city as a herb gatherer.
What?
What?
Well,
I'll have to think about it first.
all right, but hurry up.
Alright, so we were not able to find an adequate solution for him. That's fine, so we can only steal the clothes. Let's go kill this field raider here.
Nothing there.
Is there anything else to kill here? A giant rat, a couple of them. Alright. I am up on this ledge here. I think I could just shoot him with my bow. Can I get more to the edge here? Okay, got one. Got two. Good. Now, is there any safe way to get down there? See, bow and arrow is kind of nice. Bow and arrow is definitely kind of nice. Okay, and we got some raw meat. And some more raw meat. We'll explore this area. I know the outside of the town had quite a few delicious things. But first, let's just kill off these beasts while we can. Man, it's really dark. No moon out tonight. Alright, we managed to interrupt most of the attacks from that guy. Okay, so is there anything else? There's Greg, Vino, and city guards. Okay, so let's go talk to the city guards and see what they have to say. Okay, so let's save it and let's go. Maybe we'll get a different option here.
How? What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the way you do, you're sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. We got enough rabble in the city. We have no use for people without money.
I got money. Let's say I've come to join the militia.
Time to join the militia.
That's a good one. Try that at the other gate. Maybe they'll buy that from you.
Here's 100 gold pieces. Let me pass.
100 gold pieces sounds good. In you go then.
Alright, so we can get in with 100 gold. And we have 98 left. So that's good. Let's try the other options and see if they will work. I need to talk to the leader of the paladins.
I've got an important message for him.
Ooh.
Oh, and what important message might that be?
City's gonna be under attack.
The city will soon be under attack.
What? By whom? The orcs? Have you seen our army?
Yes, I was in the Valley of Corinus. I saw some gigantic dragons.
You liar. The pass to the valley is held on both sides. No one gets through. Ah, get out of here.
Alright.
I'm bringing some herbs for Constantino, the alchemist.
Why do I have an arrow in my hand?
Then you won't mind showing me what you brought. Looks good. All right, in you go. But don't cause any trouble. Understood?
Okay, so we can get with that in, and we get 200 XP, and we don't lose 100 gold. So maybe we can give the farmer's clothing to that guy then. All right, let's do that. First, let's get the pan from the other guy. We have to go around. Come on. And you know what? Since it's nighttime, I think it might be better if we just kind of sleep for a bit. We'll have plenty of stuff to explore in the morning.
You still dare come back here? What have you done with my money, you good for nothing? Ah, you've still got it. Give it back to me, now. The very nerve. Unbelievable.
Alright, so apparently we can't go to sleep. We have to go buy the thing and not show our faces unless we buy the thing. Okay, that's good to know. RPGs. Gothic is a very unforgiving RPG, and you have to play it right, and autosaving very often is a must. It's not like those online RPGs. Okay, so I think the trader was over here somewhere. Alrighty. No, we got a pick. We have a scroll. There's the trader. He's sitting on a blue elder. Alright, let's talk to you. Canthar.
Who do we have here? You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I
Wow.
don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
Okay. I gotta go.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Okay, let's save this as a backup and let's see his interesting offer.
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature.
Oh, a pass. Alright.
This scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
So how will you get
You
into
get
town?
into town.
The guards know me. I will simply tell them that I have lost my pass.
What do you want for your pass?
I knew you were the right man. Listen, you will get the pass from me now.
Just like that?
Just so. But if I meet you in the city, you owe me a favor. Do we have a deal?
There's got to be a catch.
There must be a catch to this.
No, no catch. You will merely owe me a favor.
Nope.
Now, keep your paper.
I seem to have misjudged you, huh? Well, do you want something else? Can I interest you in my wares?
Yeah, show me your
Show me
wares.
your wares.
We don't need the paper to get in. And we definitely don't need to owe him anything. Longsword, 85, man. Two-handed, one-handed, 25. So fine short sword seems more reasonable. Spike cudgel, oh man. He's got an amulet of spiritual power, magic protection 10. He's got a saw, some turnips as well. Pad for 20 gold. There we go. Thank you, goodbye.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Alright, so we've done that now. Question is, do we want to play it as a good guy or as a bad guy this game playthrough? Since we're going to be a mercenary, we're going to be more of a bad guy, I feel. Like, are we going to go with the whole thieving and stealing thing? I think so. We're going to be a hunter too. Yeah, we got to get by. We have to survive somehow. Talk to me. Here you go.
Here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
Alright. Nice. So that's done. Now we can sleep and recover a bit. Alright, this is the next day. Do you have something for me, lady?
Can you give me something to eat?
Here, take this. You're a good lad.
I'm a good lad. Thanks. Oh, and she instantly teleported there. Alright, so I believe I have done everything I could. Mouth, do you have anything to say? I gotta go. Alright. So, Lobart, buddy, let's talk.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't. You can ask my...
Nope, they have nothing for me. So how much for the clothes?
For the work clothes.
Well, we'll see. You've worked the field for me. You helped my wife. Malith said you chased the bandits off.
Yeah.
40 gold pieces.
40 gold pieces for that. Nah, that's still
Well, that's
too expensive. Suit yourself. All right, we're gonna steal it and we're gonna give it off to the pirate. Before we do that, let's investigate some more here, shall we? There's a leather satchel right there. That is good. There's another one hidden over here. All right, so let's see. Ooh, 50 gold. 25 gold. Very good. Delicious. All right, well, let's go just take those clothes and be off with them, shall we? Lady didn't notice a thing. All right, we're good to go. Let's go talk to the pirate. Give him the thing. Maybe save this as a backup. So I think the pirate is a new addition because I definitely don't remember him. Just like the option of getting in as a herbalist is a new option. Here you go, buddy.
City guards.
Yes, got an idea.
Oh, maybe I could have gotten the pass. Interesting.
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I know I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel.
Yeah, man.
Excellent. You did really
And he's
well.
still got the
Here's your
bandana or the eye patch.
50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Alright, Greg.
Wait a minute.
Look, we've met each other again.
One more thing.
Listen, kid. I've got him. We'll talk again.
Okay, apparently I can't do anything right now. Alright. Well, fine, let's get in the city ourselves. We have 15 learning points. I don't want to kill any more animals. We need to start learning trophies and skinning them and dexterity and stuff.
What is it?
Alright, let me in as a
I'm bringing some
herbalist.
for Constantino, the alchemist.
Really? Then you won't mind showing me what you brought. Looks good. All right, in you go. But don't cause any trouble.
Alright, so hopefully we won't get into trouble with Constantino, because he's like, you claim to be an apprentice.
Halt, stranger. I am Lothar,
Ooh,
paladin of the king and humble servant,
I like your armor.
your lord. Our commander, Lord Hagen, has entrusted me with the task of explaining to all newcomers the new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Since people have started simply vanishing all over this town, everyone needs to watch out that they don't suffer the same fate.
Okay. Let's go along with what he said.
Simply disappearing.
Yes, it seems to be more every day.
Okay,
It's most
pirate
annoying
made it
that
in.
the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants are very wary of strangers right now. So don't provoke them when you're in town. Understood?
Yeah, I got it. Explain me the rules.
All right. Explain the rules of the city to me.
First, the honorable paladin Lord Hagen resides in the upper quarter, along with his troops. That is why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens.
Oh, honorable.
The town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the paladins. Only the paladins themselves and members of the militia have access to it.
Okay.
And third, whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia. Any
Okay.
questions?
How do I become a citizen?
How do I become a citizen of the town?
Only those with regular jobs will be considered citizens of the town.
Do I not become a citizen because I'll be part of the mercenaries?
Just because you're a citizen of the town. As a citizen, you have access to the upper quarter, nothing more. Only as
No.
a member of the militia will you have access to the town hall.
Okay. So I won't be able to become a militia, maybe. Maybe we don't have to go through all the text, since I know all of it and it's not going to be important to us. Do I tell him that I have an important message for the leader of the paladins? Maybe not. This is all just information and none of it is quest related. Maybe where can I find work?
Where can I find work?
You'll have to apply as an apprentice to one of the masters here in the lower part of the city.
Apprentice,
As soon as the
yeah,
master
right.
accepts you, you are a citizen of the town. However, the other masters must agree to it. That's the custom here in Corinus. If you were thinking about looking for work in the Harbor district, forget it. The scum of the city live there. Don't even go there. You would regret it.
Alright. So let's just clear out the other information, just to get it out of the way. Get armor like yours. That's funny. Okay. How do I spend the night? Not interested. I'll be heading off.
I've got to go.
As long as you're in Corinus, you can feel safe.
Yeah, I definitely feel safe here.
Watch over this city now.
Rupert.
Hello, stranger.
What's
you
up?
must be hungry and thirsty. Perhaps I can interest you in my wares.
Yeah.
I need
some money.
and I'm looking for work.
I've heard that Bosper has trouble with his suppliers. His shop is right over there. They say he pays pretty well.
Yeah, I have heard that as well. Maybe he has some info for the paladin.
The paladins.
There's little chance of that. Since the paladins made themselves at home in the upper end of town, hardly anyone gets in there anymore.
Okay. Fine. Can you help me?
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
Me? No. I don't have much say here myself.
Okay.
There are a few people in the lower city who have enough influence to get you past the guards. Mateo, my boss, is one of them. Maybe you should talk to him.
Alright, we gotta talk to Mateo. Where can I find him?
Find Mateo.
Right behind you.
Standing right outside his shop.
Yeah.
Just go on in. He's practically always there.
Yep, I remember him. Other influential people. Okay, this is important.
The merchants and master craftsmen here on the main street are the most important figures in the city.
Mm-hmm.
You should try to get accepted by one of them as an apprentice like me. Since I started working for Mateo, the people in the city treat me with respect.
Alright, very good. So what can you offer me?
What do you have to offer?
At the moment, I don't have much choice. The damned landowner doesn't deliver anymore.
Hmm.
And what we get from the small farms isn't enough to meet the demands of the city.
Tell me more about the...
Huh, so the owner rebelled, eh? The landlord. Onar.
That landowner won't pay any more taxes to the city. Imagine, we're at war with the orcs, and that fat slob wants everything for himself. Normally, the city guard would take firm measures in such cases. But now comes the best part. They say Onar has hired mercenaries to keep the troops from the city off his back. Mercenaries. The whole thing will end in a damn war. As if one war weren't enough.
Yeah, I know.
What do you know about Onar's mercenaries?
I heard that most of them are former convicts from the mining colony.
Mm-hmm.
Their leader
My old
is
buddies.
a big shot with the king, a general or something, whom they put away as a traitor. These are terrible times.
Okay, fine. Just show me whatever you have. Apples. We definitely want to buy those because they will be very good for us. And a broom. No, we don't want broom. Okay. So there goes 100 gold. This guy's just a citizen. Citizen. Alright. So this guy's Regis.
Hey, you're new in town, huh?
Yeah, I'm new.
What about you?
I've come from the mainland, and now I'm hanging around here. I'm almost out of gold, so all I can do now is join the militia, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to do that. I won't be slaughtered by those orcs on the king's behalf.
Alright.
What can you tell me about the militia?
One of the paladins has taken command. A certain Lord Andre. He's
Lord
trying to
Andre,
mobilize half the
okay.
city in case the orcs attack. But you need to be a citizen of the town in order to be admitted. As far
Okay,
as
you're
I know,
just
if
repeating
you're
same
not a
information.
citizen, you can train anyway, but you won't be officially admitted.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. I don't care what else you have to say about Lord Andre, really,
What
but
else can you tell me about Lord
whatever.
Andre?
He has taken over the position of judge as well.
Oh.
If you cause any trouble in this town, you're gonna have to answer to him. I was once in a brawl with a citizen. He went crying to Lord Andre and ratted me out. That little matter cost me 50 gold pieces. I was lucky that it happened at night, or others would have witnessed it. The more people complain about you in this town, the higher your penalty will be.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Who'd you fight with?
Who did you fight
Yeah,
with?
actually, I'm
With
curious.
a fellow named Valentino. He often hangs out in the tavern near the temple. I'm not usually a violent person, but that guy needed his face rearranged in the worst way.
Okay, nothing exciting has happened, I don't think. Alright, there's Bosper. Let's talk to him.
Welcome to my shop, stranger. I am Bosper. I craft bows and trade in fur.
So that's another reason why we want to befriend him, is because he'll probably sell us the nicest bow. Let's show me your wares. He's got an elm bow, 50-50. Oh man. Okay, so he's got a hunting bow, willow bow, short bow, arrows, bolts, but he doesn't have any crossbow, a ring of dexterity, and a leather belt that, together with leather armor, +5. +5 to what? Anyway, I'm looking for work.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. The last one just gave up his job 2 days ago. Do you know anything about hunting then?
Well,
I could teach you how to skin animals. I'll pay you well for every skin you bring me.
Alright. Why did your apprentice leave?
apprentice give up his job.
All he said was that it had become too dangerous out there. If you're really interested, then you can ask him yourself.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Bartok.
Bartok.
He's probably hanging out near Corrigan's Tavern. Go through the underpass from the smithy, then you're headed straight for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What if I want to sign with someone else? You gonna be jealous? You mad?
Balderdash. Harrod and Matteo already have apprentices. Constantino the alchemist is a loner, and he hasn't taken an apprentice in years. And as for Thorben, everyone knows he's dead broke. He probably couldn't even pay it. I, on the other hand, am in urgent need of an apprentice, and I pay well too. But no matter where you want to sign on, you'll need the approval of all other masters from the lower part of town.
All of them. Alright, so it's kind of like the old camp system. Fine, I want to start as your apprentice.
Before I take you on, I need to know, of course, whether you're any good at all.
Well, teach me. What do you want me to do for you? You said you're going to teach me how to skin. Yeah.
How to skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, half a dozen wolf skins.
Okay, so 6 wolf skins.
Then
Got
I'll
it.
know that you have learned your trade.
I think I've already
If it
killed
doesn't
almost
take
6
you
wolves by
forever,
now.
And if the skins are in acceptable
4.
condition, I will take you on if you like. Or you can start with one of the other masters, if that's what you really want.
Aw, don't be sad. Okay, teach me to skin.
Teach me how to skin animals.
Right. Listen, it's quite easy, really. You take a sharp blade and cut open the animal's belly. Then make a few small incisions on the inside of the legs, and you can peel off the skin. Bring
That
me
sounds
the
nasty.
skins and we shall see.
Yeah, that sounds really nasty. Sheesh. Alright. I want to get into the upper quarter. What can you help me with?
Paladins are? Forget it. You need to be a respected citizen here, or at least hold a decent job. As
Okay.
a stranger, you stand no chance of getting in.
Okay. Bye-bye. Lady, you're just a citizen. Okay. So, let's, it's gonna be really boring and a lot of talking right now, but we have to get introduced to people.
What can I do for you?
Matteo. What you selling, Matteo?
I can offer you everything you need to survive in the wild. Weapons, torches, provisions, even armor. I still have a special piece in stock. Double hardened armor of snapper leather. Still unused. Interested?
Alright, leather armor for 250 gold. Man.
What do you know about paladins?
Oh, I just remembered. I know how to get some armor.
Nothing but trouble. The last time I was headed for the upper end of town, the guards flat out stopped me and asked me what was my business there.
And?
Of course they let me in. I had my shop in the city when most of those pompous asses were still chasing pigs with wooden swords.
Yeah.
And yesterday, the bastards came and confiscated half of my goods.
That's a lot. Half?
The paladin seized your goods.
Everything I had stored in the backyard. They simply posted a guard in front of the entrance to the yard. If I'm lucky, they won't take everything. At least they might leave the armor here.
Yeah, see, that's how you find out about the armor.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
What? What are you going to do there?
I've got an important message.
Well. Have you tried getting past the guards?
No.
I don't see why I should even try.
Yeah,
You're probably
forget it.
right. I don't know how important your message is, and it's none of my business.
Okay,
But
good.
Even if you told them that a ship full of orcs just anchored in the harbor, they'd send you away. Because they have their orders.
Well, can you or can you not help me?
Get into the upper
Just
quarter.
be
It seems to be
blatant,
really
come on.
important to you. The question is, how important is it to you?
What are you getting at?
I can help you. After all, I'm one of the most influential people here, but it'll cost you.
So how can you help me?
Can you help me?
Quite simple. I'll use my influence to see to it that one of the master craftsmen here takes you on as an apprentice. As such, you'll practically be a citizen of the city and can enter the upper quarter. Besides which, you'll earn something while you're at it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What do you ask
What do you
for
want?
your help?
100 gold pieces.
That's a lot.
That's a whole damn lot.
Take it easy. It isn't your gold I have in mind.
But
In principle, it's my gold. Gritta, the carpenter's niece, hasn't paid what she owes me in ages. But the little brat is constantly running around in new clothes. That means she has the money. I'd like to beat it out of her. But Master
Youch.
Thorben, the carpenter, is also a very influential man. Get me the money and I'll help you.
Alright, so, where can I find Gritta? I
find this
pretty much know.
Like I said, she's the carpenter's niece. His house is down the street, the last house on the right before the smithy.
Okay. No. Show me your wares. Do you have any apples for me? You have a heavy spike cudgel, a war cudgel, some arrows, essence of healing, some water, and some beer and some stuff. 250 gold for that armor. Forget it. I remember the armor. This guy has armor here. How do we get past him, though?
Halt! No one may enter the storeroom.
Why?
why can't anyone enter the storeroom?
The Honorable Lord Hagen has confiscated the goods for the King's army.
Okay.
Are you deaf? One step closer and I'll chop you to bits.
Okay, so somehow I need to climb on top. Oh, I can't climb on top of this thing? I go through it. Are you serious? I wanted to climb on the roof. Somehow we have to get that armor. I remember. This is a nice way to get some armor. Let's see. Is there a way to climb through the back here? I think. Yep. Oh, come on! You can totally reach it and grab it. Wow. Are you serious? Okay, what about over here? Okay. Good. Jump. Please jump. Come on. There has to be a way there. Either we get a sleep scroll. Ay. Either we get a sleep scroll or some other way of putting this guy to sleep. There, let's... Almost. Almost. Okay, looks like we're going to waste a whole day here. But if we get that armor, it's going to be totally worth it. Oh! I did it! Okay, that didn't take too long. We're in. Alright, let's get the goodies. There you go, leather armor. Just like that, 15 torches, some hammers, and some mandibles. Nice. And this other chest. Some lab water, some sausages, citizens clothing. Oh, I remember getting citizens clothing. That's a new edition, I think. Or maybe I just haven't played in a while. Is there anything behind the boxes here? No. Nothing behind those boxes. Okay, good. Well, look at that. Citizens clothing. Not as good as the farmer's clothing in protection, but oh, the leather is definitely... Oh, there we go. Now we look respectable. What is this guy doing? He's taking a leak right in front of the guard? Okay. Didn't know this game had that. So do I tell this guy that I have his armor and stuff? Nope. Apparently he still wants to sell it to me. Forget it. You have a book stand here. Yeah, let's read that. Ooh, and you've got a chest. Hunt and pray. Blood flies. Okay, we've already read that one, I think. Also, we have 17 raw meat. Let's cook it. I wish you could just cook all of it in one go and not have to animate this like 17 times. But yeah, that's just how Gothic games are. In real life, to cook that many would take you this long, so they're gonna make you go through it. So they've added new characters and new quests and a new area. I wonder if they've added anything new to this world. Apparently the citizens' clothing is new as well. I think, I'm not sure.
What with?
And those herbs at what's his face at Zarz's tower. So I think I need to be extra attentive at exploring everything. So let's save this. I don't think we'll get into any trouble.
Face. You're not from Corinus, are you?
All right,
This
Thorben.
is not a good time for travelers. Bandits everywhere. No work, and now the farmers have risen up too. What winds have blown you here?
The hot winds. I'm looking for work.
I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about carpentry?
The only thing I can make out of wood is a fire.
And what about locks?
Well...
Locks.
I'm sorry, but I can't use you if you know nothing about my trade. And I have no money to pay for an apprentice.
Well, I want to start with
If I
other
were to
people
start an
then.
apprenticeship with one
I
of
need
the
your
farmers
approval,
who's here.
dude.
All right, I shall give you my approval.
Oh, that was easy.
But you had better get yourself the blessing of the gods first.
Oh, right, this
Say,
guy I
you're
have
a man
to...
of faith?
Yes, a most humble servant.
A most humble servant, Master Thorben.
Then go to Vatros, the priest of Adanos, and have him give you his blessing. He will tell you where you can find a priest of Innos. You should get his blessing too.
Oh
Once
my.
you've received the blessing of the gods, I shall vote for you.
Okay, yeah, this one's annoying. I've come about
I've
Grida.
come about Grita.
My niece? What's your business with her? This isn't about money, is it?
Yeah, it
She owes
is.
100 gold pieces to the merchant Matteo.
Yeah,
Tell
she's
me
been
this is
naughty.
True. Ever since that little piece of work moved in with me, I've had nothing but trouble. She's in debt with practically every single merchant in town.
Hmm.
I had to borrow 200 gold pieces from Lamar, the moneylender, just to settle her debts. And now this. Grita should be in the house.
Okay.
Go ahead, ask her. But I tell you this, she doesn't have a single gold piece.
We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hey,
Pablo.
you, wait, you look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right?
Hmm. Oh.
Yeah. We found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
Okay.
Gee, I'd never have thought of that myself.
Very funny. What did those guys want from you?
Ask them yourself. You've got them safely locked up, haven't you?
No, they're dead.
Okay.
Guess we'll never know then.
If you're in some kind of trouble, go talk to Lord Andre.
Huh.
Maybe he can help you. You'll find him in the barracks.
Alright, so he gave us a piece of paper. We have a message, we have a wanted note, two of them. Picture of me. Oh, look at that, that's so funny. Silver ring that we cannot equip. Okay. Alright, Grida. Let's go talk to Grida. Let's save. Let's talk to Grida. Oh, I can pick up a saw and a hammer, apparently. Alright, Grida.
What do you want, stranger? If you've come to beg, I must disappoint you. I am a poor widow. My
Widow.
name is Grida. Ever since my husband died, I have been running the household for my uncle Thorben.
Well.
Matteo sent me. You still owe him some gold.
He
Mm-hmm.
wants his money. What for? The goods he delivered were flawed, bad fabric, and bad seams. And did you look at the colors? Those are not the colors I ordered. That's fraud, that is. Let me tell you. Back when my husband was alive, he wouldn't have dared to do that. Oh, my poor husband.
Okay. Continue?
Such a good man he was. Handsome, hardworking, a gentleman of the old school. We had it all.
Her mouth is really weird.
Happiness. Sometimes we were even invited to high society events. The festivities, all the beautiful clothes and hairdos.
Yeah.
Dining and
Oh my.
civilized
She won't stop now.
Everything was better back then. No one would have dared to humiliate the heart of a poor widow with such.
Okay. Where's the dough?
Cut it out. Where's the gold?
But I don't have the gold. I'm only a poor
Defiantly. So that's a clue that she does have it. I'm gonna pay the sum for you. That would be nice. We'll just have to sell your stuff. Fork over the dough. No, let's not punch her. Let's threaten her instead.
Then we'll simply sell a few of your togs. I'm sure you've still got a bunch of stuff in your closet.
How dare you, uncouth lout! All right, here, take the gold.
See, that wasn't so hard.
Oh.
And now, will you please leave my house? What else do you want? You've got my gold. Go away.
I want to read this book stand, lady. If you don't mind, you can stare at me. Ooh, 50 XP. Shadow Beast and Fire Lizards. Yeah. Oh, and you got a chest, but I'll come back for that later. Once I get my... Actually, do I have picklocks? I don't have picklocks. Learn, I know how to sneak. Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Thorburn dude, you won't believe it. Your niece had 100 gold
Your
pieces.
niece had 100 gold pieces.
What? The brazen little serpent. That was my gold. She took it from my chest. Give it back to me. I have to pay off Lamar first. Mateo can get his money later.
Oh. Oh. Okay, well, we risk pissing this guy off now. We shouldn't have talked to him.
No, Mateo will get his money back.
We can load game.
You're getting me into a real mess that way. Lamar is not terribly generous when it comes to debts. But at least you're planning to pay my niece's debts. I guess I ought to thank you for that.
Oh, he chose to appreciate. And not get mad. Okay, good. Alright. Hey, Mateo, guess what, dude?
Here's your 100 gold pieces.
And? Did she cause any problems?
None to speak of.
Yeah, she whined a whole bunch.
You've held up your part of the deal.
Alright, help me.
Help me sign on as an apprentice with one of the masters.
Don't worry. I'll keep my part of the bargain. The other masters will only hear the best about you from me.
Nice. Alrighty. Let's get out of here. Good, so we got this guy's approval. We need some wolf skins to get that guy's approval. We need to get a blessing for this guy's approval. And let's talk to the other masters now. Brian.
New in the city, huh? I'm Brian. I'm Master Harrod's apprentice.
Oh, okay.
What's it like to be the smith's apprentice?
Why do you ask? You want to be my successor?
Maybe.
Why not? I'm almost done with my apprenticeship, and then I'm gonna leave the city. Not because of Harrod. He is a good master. I've learned a lot from him.
Okay. What do you want to leave
Why
then?
do you want to leave this town?
Because the people here are getting on my nerves above all the other masters. I still remember what a fuss it was getting accepted as an apprentice with Harrod. Really, every one of them jokers had something to say about it. I want to decide for myself who I can or can't take as an apprentice.
Ah, okay. So tell me more about Harrod.
Master Harrod.
He's not in a very good mood right now. A few days ago, the paladins came and ordered him to forge some swords for them. They've even forbidden him to sell swords to anyone else. Now he slaves day and night to finish the job as quickly as possible.
Alright, so he's a workaholic. Can I buy weapons from you?
Weapons from you?
Not really, I'm merely an assistant. The weapons that are made in this smithy are collected by the militia and taken to the towers where they're stored. But if it has anything to do with forging, maybe I can help you.
Well, what could I get from you?
I can sell you some steel billets.
Yeah, raw steel. No, I don't think we need that. Okay, so let's talk to Harrod then.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. Brian will have finished his apprenticeship soon, and then he'll leave the city. Are you good for anything?
Ryan's got some interesting pants on.
Do I know blacksmith's work?
No, that's not what I meant. Sooner or later, the orcs are going to lay siege to the city, and then the only men who will count will be those who are in a position to defend our city.
Yeah.
And I won't take on anyone as an apprentice who will disgrace me by fleeing the city with the women and the good-for-nothings, instead of holding the fort here with the men.
Okay, I'm not a good for nothing.
Not a good for nothing.
Those are big words. Can you back them up with big deeds?
What are you getting at?
Bring me an orc's weapon.
Youch.
Orcs have been seen near the city. With a bit of luck, you won't have to search for long. If
Okay.
you manage to bring one down, I'll take you on as an apprentice.
Okay.
The other masters agree.
Okay. Do you sell
Do you
weapons?
sell weapons too?
Forget it. Everything I make goes to the paladins or the militia. I have a commission for 100 swords from Lord Hagen.
100 swords. Yeah,
He
what you
wants
do.
to equip the city guard.
Then again, okay, so we have to get an orc weapon for this guy, and that's gonna be a pain. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Constantino, hey!
What do you want? I'm not giving anything away.
Okay, so he's acting alright. I want to become an apprentice.
Looking to become an apprentice.
Yes.
Really? And with whom are you gonna sign up?
Well, one of the other masters?
I want to sign up with one of the other masters.
You have come to ask my approval?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you can sign up with whoever you
Okay, good. He's not pissed. Good. Nice. 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 Show me your wares.
Show me your wares.
Pure life energy, pure mana. Those are recipes. Goblin's bone, wings, and some lab water. Okay. I think we're done here. Alright, bye-bye. Alright, so we have this guy's approval. We need an orc weapon. We need 6 wolf skins. And we need blessing from this guy.
Adanos be with you.
Who are you?
I am Atlas, a servant of Adanos, the guardian of the divine and earthly equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
What can I do for you?
Tell me about the Ring of Water?
Tell me about the Ring of Water.
And why would I do that?
Cavalorn sent me?
Cavalorn sent me to you.
And what did he tell you?
He said you're in dire need of more good people.
Aha. So, you want to join us, son?
Yeah, I want to join.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
You do? That means you have already fulfilled the first requirement.
Oh.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, there must be someone among us who trusts you. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know nothing about you at all.
What do you want to know?
Well, you could tell me where you come from and why you have come to the city.
I carry an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
Okay, I didn't even get an option to choose what to say. What is this message? Oh my. Terrible things are bound to happen. Soon dragons have come. Okay, what route do we go with? Terrible things.
Terrible things are bound to happen soon.
Terrible things, hmm? How do you know this?
I heard rumors, doesn't sound good, but do I rat out Zardus? Vatras, I remember being a good guy. He won't make a huge deal out of it.
Zardos, the magician, told me. He sent me to warn the Paladins.
The necromancer. So he lives.
See, he's considering.
Sent you. Who are you really?
Adventurer from down south. No, I'm not Australian. I'm a former
I'm a
convict.
former convict from the penal colony of Corinus.
Good. Let us summarize. You are a former
That was
prisoner
German.
who has been told by Zardas, the necromancer, that terrible things are going to happen. And you have come to report this to the Paladins. I think there's something you're not telling me. If you're worried I might pass on what you tell me, then let me reassure you. I have sworn to keep all secrets I am entrusted with to myself.
Okay.
And what about all the people here?
They only understand half of what I teach to them. So
Oh,
let's
that's
start
funny.
over at the beginning. What's that message?
Dragons.
A large
Fine.
army is gathering as we talk, led by dragons and determined to conquer the country.
Dragons? You speak of beings which until now have only been mentioned in legends. How do you know this?
Zardas told
Zardos,
me.
the magician told me. He sent me to warn the Paladins.
I know this man as a wise and mighty master of magic. And where do you come from?
Former convict,
I'm a
dude.
former convict from the penal colony of Corinus.
Good. Let us summarize. You are a former prisoner who has been told by Zardas, the necromancer, that dragons have come to conquer the country.
Yeah.
And you have come to report this to the paladins.
Yeah.
That all sounds rather fantastic, but I cannot perceive that you are lying to me.
Yeah.
Therefore, I must assume that your motives are
Oh,
pure.
okay, so
I
good.
want to give you a chance to join the Ring of Water.
That's easier than I thought it would be. What do I have to do to join this ring? But I don't want to become a magician.
Know that you take on great responsibility by joining the ring. I do not let just anyone join who comes to us and asks. If you want to join the ring, you will have to prove that you act like one of us.
And that means...
Before we let a young man join our ranks,
Young man? I'm not a young man.
only then can I begin to consider letting you help preserve the balance of forces on this island.
A great deed. I have vanquished a sleeper. I have freed many people. The barrier is gone. What might be inappropriate? No, let's just tell him, yeah. Yeah, we vanquished the sleeper.
Isn't that a great enough deed?
My ears hear many a tale these days.
Doesn't believe us.
The story about the banning of the beast called the Sleeper.
He wasn't a beast, he was a demon.
I heard that this was achieved by a single man. Although your eyes tell me that you are convinced you did this.
Mm-hmm.
That confuses me slightly. But I cannot be sure that my senses might not deceive me sometimes.
Okay, fine. I've freed people, barrier's
I've
gone.
freed many people. The barrier is gone.
Even if you can really claim responsibility for that. The great event in the Valley of Mines has not only set free the water mages and other upright citizens. All the criminals of the entire country are roaming corrupt.
Oh, come on, you're gonna blame me for that.
And the population. The bandits have already taken over large areas of land outside the city. It has become all but impossible to leave the town and...
Well, maybe you shouldn't have sent all the bandits and thugs into one place in the first place. What do you want me to do?
What would be an appropriate deed that might convince you?
Corinus is facing a great enigma these days. The number of people missing from the town seems to increase almost daily. If you can explain...
I don't remember this missing people's quest.
You shall have your place within the Ring of Water. However...
Yes?
You should take your message to the paladins first.
In this Ring of Water
Consider it a
thing.
matter of utmost importance.
Hmm.
Talk to Lord Hagen.
He's not gonna receive me,
Lord
dude.
Hagen is not going to receive me.
He's
Yes,
not
he
gonna.
will, no doubt about it, provided you become a member of a powerful community first. The ring has far-reaching connections. We shall assist you in conveying your message as soon as possible.
Okay.
You should talk about this to Laris, whom I trust. He will help you.
Laris. Okay. What community should I join? Tell me.
There are only 3 communities that have enough influence. These are the City Militia, the Monastery of the Fire Magicians, and the troop of mercenaries on the landowner's farm.
Mm-hmm.
The choice is yours, son.
Well,
Laris
that's
can
great.
certainly assist you with this difficult decision. Talk to him about it.
Yeah. Thanks for that. You cleared it up for me. About the missing people, more options. Blessing. Give me your blessing.
Why should I give you my blessing?
Oh, come on, dude. You're
I want to
so...
start an apprenticeship with one of the masters in the lower part of town.
Yeah.
Go with the blessing of Adanos.
Oh, okay, good. He's not being difficult. Priest of Adanos. I want to make a donation. No. Teach me about magic. Tell me about the gods. Can you heal me? Where can I find a priest?
Where can I find a priest of Innos?
The best thing would be to look around the marketplace. You will find an emissary of the monastery there. Wait, if you see Laris, give him this ornament and tell him that it needs to be returned. He'll know what to do with it.
Oh, what do we get? Where is it? What? He gave me an ornament, but I don't see where it is. Oh, ornament. Fragment of a large ornamental ring. Okay. So, we need to get the blessing of one of the other guys. But we'll do that later. We won't do it with the guy that's here. I remember the guy close to the Monastery of Fire will give us a blessing for free. This guy here wants money. And money is really important, especially at the start of the game. Wasn't there a satchel somewhere around here? No, there's no satchel here. Okay. Alright, so there's Darren. There he is. Spiritual comfort.
Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Enos, or donate some gold for his church?
No, I don't. Where do you come from?
Where do you come from?
I come from the monastery of the magicians, which lies in the mountains. We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord Enos.
Yeah, well, that's lovely. What are you doing in town, though?
What are you doing in town?
I have discussions with the paladins and support the citizens with my advice and with helpful words.
Advice and helpful words.
In
Wow.
these difficult times, it is our duty to be there for the people and to help the poor.
Okay, so you came here to get money. I'm not even going to talk to you anymore. Goodbye. Oh, there's Greg.
Hey.
Okay, but he doesn't want to talk to us. Hacken. What's up? Weapons dealer.
Every man should carry a weapon these days, especially when venturing outside of the city walls.
Mm-hmm. What do you know about people disappearing?
Disappearances of the citizens of Corinthus.
I have seen many pass through the eastern city gate.
Uh-huh.
Some of those who came I had never seen before in my life. And many of those who went out never came back.
Okay.
But what happened the other day was really quite strange.
Mm-hmm.
There was this fellow who came here. I think his name is Joe.
Joe.
He bragged that he would soon come into some serious money.
Mm-hmm.
He claimed that he knew how to get into one of the city towers where the militia keep their arms.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen him since, even though I used to bump into him around the same time every day.
Joe.
I reported this to the militia. I thought that maybe he had been caught and thrown into the dungeon, but Lord Andre had no idea what I was talking about. He didn't even know the fella.
Alright. What do you know about the paladins?
Yes. Those guys are ruining my business. All you can buy in this entire town is a short sword at most. They've helped themselves to anything that's longer than a foot and a half. In return, I now get to live in the hotel free of charge.
Mm-hmm. So where do you get your weapons from then?
Harad the Smith has been
Of course, Harad the Smith. Okay.
Now all he does is make stuff for the paladins. He works for those guys day and night like a madman, without pay. He thinks it's his duty.
Without
all
pay,
I can offer
dang.
you now is my remaining stock.
Tell me more about the area around the city.
It's gotten too dangerous out there because of the bandits, for one thing, and also on account of wild beasts. Even the animals don't seem to get enough to eat in these crazy
Yeah,
times.
that's funny.
Venturing closer to the city all the time.
Mm-hmm. What about these
What do you know
bandits?
about the bandits? What do I know about them? They robbed me on my way to the city, and I'm not the only one. They've been up to their tricks for quite a while. The militia tried to track them down, but without any success.
Yeah, militia.
Do you know who in the militia took part in the search?
The fellow's name is Pablo. He and a few others went looking for the bandits, but they didn't find them.
Do you know where I can find Pablo?
He patrols
Yeah, we already
around
met
the city.
Pablo.
You'll find him either at the Temple Square or in the lower part of town.
Hmm.
Where did they hold you up?
Near Akhil's farm. Just go out of the city gate from here. Follow the road to the right. After a while, you'll get to a few steps. The bastards came from there. I bet they have their hideout back there in the woods.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'll deal with
it, yeah.
You want to take on the bandits? By yourself?
Yeah, man.
You're quite a good fighter, huh?
Yeah, I'm the
How much
best.
is the matter worth to you?
That's a dangerous business. Well, it's all right with me. I'll pay you 100 gold pieces if you defeat the bandits.
That's pretty good.
Show me your way.
Alright, show me what you got. Whoa, you got a war axe. Whew. That's pretty good. Mace, rough, ship axe, judge's staff, a militia belt +5, leather belt. Oh yeah, what's this leather belt business thing? Do we need to get it? Weapon, short sword, 2040, wolf's tooth, 2245. 2245, 550 gold though. Alright, goodbye. Next up, Jorah.
Innos be with you, stranger. If you're looking for a good selection for the traveler, then you're in the right place. You. If you're planning on helping yourself without paying, I'll call the city guard.
Just a moment. Do I look like a thief?
Bah! You won't be the first one to make off with my things today.
Somebody stole from you, eh?
Stole from you.
I can't prove it. The fellow was damn clever. Introduced himself as Ringaru, if that really is his right name. He's been hanging around the marketplace the last few days. And every evening he gets plastered at the beer stand down the street. I bet the bastard is drinking my money. He looked away for a moment, and my purse was gone.
Okay, I'll get you back. Get your money back.
Oh, and why would you do that?
Well,
Maybe you can help me, yeah.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
You've got the wrong man. I'm from out of town like most of the merchants in the marketplace. If you want to get into the upper quarter, go talk to the resident merchants in the lower part of town.
Alright, give me some gold.
As a reward.
First, see if you can get my purse back. Then, we'll talk about your reward.
Why didn't you call the city guard?
Guards only respond if a thief is caught in the act. And when I noticed my purse was missing, the bastard was already gone.
Okay, good. So only if we're caught we get in trouble. Fine. How much gold?
How much gold was in that purse?
50 gold pieces.
Oh, that's nothing. That's quite a lot. Shut up. That's nothing. We won't get anything as a reward.
Be careful. If you just knock the bastard down, the city guard will get involved. Lately, things have been getting really tough here. Since the paladins came to town, the guards have been cracking down on brawlers. So think of something.
I shall.
Alright, well, show me your wares.
Show me your wares.
You got a torturer's axe, a mason chain, a judge's staff. Okay. Ooh, beach bow, 110. Nice. Composite bow. There's a light crossbow. So crossbow requires strength and a bow requires dexterity. So we're definitely going bows. Okay. And arrow protection, some dark mushrooms. Now let's get those. Okay. I gotta go. Anybody else here? It's getting pretty late. Hi, Sarah. How's it going?
When the paladins came, I first thought that it was a good business opportunity, but they let Herod make their weapons, and neither Hakon nor I make even 1 gold piece off them. Moreover, the farmers no longer supply us with food, and all the prices have gone up. It's only a small consolation that the paladins are paying my hotel bill.
What's the problem with the farmers?
They refuse to deliver their goods. Now that the ships no longer come in, the city depends entirely on the supplies provided by the farmers, of course. And Onar, the largest farmer, has hired mercenaries to protect his farm from the city guards. Otherwise, they simply snatch the goods for themselves. But the mercenaries don't just guard Onar's farm. They come as far as the small farms outside of town to intimidate the farmers. I saw them as I was passing Akil's farm. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes now.
Okay. Akil's farm, you say?
Akil's farm.
If you go out of the east gate here and follow the road to the right, you'll come to a stairway. It leads up to Akil's farm. I wouldn't go there now. The mercenaries are certainly still there.
Yeah, let's talk about some actual stuff. You've got a cutlass, okay. So lots of great weapons. Ring of Life, hit points bonus, arrow, fighting pikes, strength required 15. So I could wield this, but I already have the wolf's knife or something. So I don't need to... Oh, ooh, and this is a sword that requires dexterity. So that's really good. So we can wield this sword and the bow. Everything else requires strength. Okay, very good. Good night, lady. Everyone else went to sleep. Okay, well, I think maybe this is a good time to take a break and go to sleep myself. So let's save it here, and thank you for watching. We're getting integrated into the city. We have a couple of objectives to achieve in order to get accepted as an apprentice in the town, and then we'll see how the story fans out. So we'll see that in the next videos. Thank you for watching.